Hi, Dr. Paul Haider, Master Herbalist and Spiritual Teacher here. Well, today I want to talk about hand tremors and body tremors, all those type of things that people get, and it doesn't have to be. There's no doubt about it. I'll tell you a story about a person I used to work with, my wife, Ray, and he had a stiff gait. It was kind of like walking like this, and really tiptoeing type of thing. And also, he had hand tremors starting. And I said, Ray, I think you ought to take a class in Tai Chi. And they happened to give one every morning at the beach. And I said, go take that class. That would be really good. Or take a class in Qigong. I think that would really help a lot. And lo and behold, his hand tremors stopped completely. And that is amazing. I have to tell you. I was amazed, but also there is a lot of research showing that it really does work. And also, he kind of cut out watching so much TV. TV is a monster, there's no doubt about it. And we're going to get into more about the tremors in a little bit. But the University of College of London took about 3,000, almost 4,000 people, and they did a study about people who watched TV, about 3.5 hours of TV every day, and they found they had a decline in memory and the ability to use a lot of different words, and their language processing went down. And so TV is really not a good thing. It is absolutely. We've been taught that for years, but anybody listening? It's really not. University of California, San Francisco did a study over with 3,000 people for 25 years, and they found that people who watched a lot of TV didn't exercise well. They have less cognitive skills, and blah blah blah, blah, and on and on and on. So it's not really good watching TV. That's really, actually, you should be using that time to exercise. Or meditate, or preparing meals for tomorrow, or anything else, or getting out with people and socializing. That is a great thing to do, but a lot of people don't, and they sit there like a couch potato and watch that thing, and it's really not a good thing. I have to say, in the past I've been that way too, but I don't watch any regular TV whatsoever. I watch a movie here and there, and I love movies, there's no doubt about it. But the studies show absolutely that's not good for us. The University of Texas in Austin did a 2015 study, showed that people who watched a lot of TV actually were lonely and depressed, and they were trying to, actually distract themselves from feeling that way. So, but there's no way to get around it. If you're feeling lonely and sad, you got to go out and you got to change your life. You got to get out and be with people. Being sad and depressed, start doing the meditation, start doing qigong and tai chi. You got to get out and be with people. They're not going to come find you. There's no doubt about that. I have never found that in my 66 years of being around, that people go find you. You wait by the phone for it to ring, but actually everybody else is waiting by the phone for it to ring. Also, another study in 2008 with NIH, or National Institutes of Health, and also in Yale together, found that 45 hours a week of watching TV or media of some kind, even playing with our phones and these pads and that type of thing, actually showed that there was an increase in childhood obesity, tobacco use, drug use, alcohol use, and poor achievement in school. And later there was sexual problems and attention problems. So not good, really not good. Uh, a study at Johns Hopkins University showed that having a TV in the bedroom for 5.5 years from 5.5 years of age and on, actually with children, showed a really uh, decreased ability to have social skills and behavioral problems they had, and they had poor sleep in general. So take the TV out of the bedroom. I tell my, clients that in general, it is not a good thing. Have it in the living room or somewhere where you can watch it, and but limit it. I mean, a couple hours a night is the best way to go. It's not a good thing to watch that thing all the time. Start a hobby. You know, any kind of hobby is better than watching TV. Also, another study, University of Minnesota, with 2,000 high school kids, found that 5 hours of television actually had bad habits as far as eating sugar goes, and they eat a lot of fried foods and fast food and sugary treats and beverages and a lot of trans fats because of watching all that, violence and that type of thing. And it just TV in general just makes you agitated like that, and it really creates a lot of stress. Also, another research in Belgium actually showed that uh, catching up on multiple episodes of your favorite show actually fatigued people, so they couldn't sleep. Even though they went to bed and got 7.5 hours of sleep, they woke up feeling really fatigued and not really able to function the next day. So, those binging on those programs really doesn't help you any way, shape, or form. Uh, so it's about allowing ourselves to know that, media in general, I think we need to go back to a more simpler way of living, go back to, you know, being out in nature. I grew up as a kid, out in nature. We was farm kids. My dad raised rice for a big conglomerate, and we had thousands of acres of rice out there for us to run around on. My dad took care of all that rice. And so we were nature kids. I grew up as a outdoor kid, and I loved camping, and at that time I was into fishing and all kinds of stuff. And it I enjoyed being around nature. I always enjoyed looking at flowers and looking at water and looking at the sky and watching all the animals and the insects and everything. And there's nothing like that. That's the best TV there could be. Sometimes, in fact, on a regular basis, I go out in the backyard and just, especially when the sun goes to start to set and there's not, a real hot sun out there anymore. And the dogs like to come out with me, and my little black dog, she jumped right on my lap on the chair, and she's just so happy that Daddy's out there watching everything with her. So that's a great thing to do. Even if you just sit on your patio and feel the breeze, I think it's much better than allowing yourself to, watch that boob tube. There's no doubt about that. I also have a friend who had all kinds of tremors, and he started, like I said, doing the Tai Chi, and it was very interesting. Researchers at the University of South Florida, University of China also found that if people did Tai Chi about 40 hours, throughout the week, putting in a lot of time doing some Tai Chi, they actually had actually increased the thickness of their brain, just like with meditation. You know what I mean? I do 2 hours of meditation every single day, and normally as we get older, our brains start to shrink. The gray matter starts to shrink. But if you do Tai Chi or Qigong or any kind of movement meditation, actually your gray matter starts to thicken. And wow, amazing. Even smaller amounts does make a huge difference. A study at the University of Massachusetts Center for Mindfulness showed that small amounts, even an 8-week program of doing Tai Chi increased gray matter in people, and their brains got bigger. Wow, very amazing. Also, another one at Massachusetts General Hospital found that just doing 40 minutes a day of Tai Chi increased gray matter, and that's amazing. So if you want to be able to be sharper focused, have better memory as you get older, have quicker decision making, have no cognitive decline as you go. You don't want to have tremors, shaking of any kind, and I recommend you really start getting into Tai Chi, Qigong, or martial arts of some kind, it starts to focus the brain and it gives the brain a time to shut down a little bit. And it has a way to soothe stress in general. And the University of Wisconsin did a study. I know I used to work at the University of Wisconsin. And they found that people who meditate have high levels of gamma waves in their brain, and they are very able to deal with stress and be able to deal with life in general better. And they were actually able to deal with the little things like I would have, I could have, I should have, all those different things didn't seem to bother them anymore. They just were more grounded in the here and now. And that allowed them to feel more at peace. And I think that's really important to feel more at peace. And it's very difficult. I have so many people come to me who are full of anxiety. And I think that learning Tai Chi and practicing Tai Chi every day, or in doing Qigong, doing some kind of mindfulness practice and meditation, especially, I do 2 hours of meditation every day, was really important. Also, you have to check on yourself too. You know, sometimes you'll be doing meditation, and all of a sudden you kind of get off track. You know what I mean? And you'll be doing meditation for months thinking you're doing it right, and all of a sudden you go, oh no, I'm not meditating really. So you have to drag yourself back. Hey, get on the right track to meditating. I have a video about 2 ways to meditate. You can watch that, and that'll put you on the right track to meditating and having a good life. There's no doubt about it. We have thousands upon thousands of studies showing that meditation is very powerful. Also, there's a easy way to get rid of stress. There is a Tai Chi master that I happen to know personally, and there's one particular thing. It's also used in Qigong, which I practice too. There's just bouncing up and down like this on the balls of your feet. And doing that, it kind of puts you into a real meditative type of place, and you kind of, it's powerful, I have to tell you. You even see animals do this, you know what I mean? Even shaking like this and moving it down from your top of your head down to your body, to the tips of your toes, shaking down. That is a Tai Chi and Qigong move, and that's also animals do that. You see dogs shake all the time, you see elephants shake all the time. They're getting rid of old traumas, they're getting rid of stress also, and this is really important. And so we need to do this also. And there's one thing that's really interesting, that even Parkinson, there's new studies showing that Tai Chi or meditative practices like this can actually help with Parkinson's disease. And there was a Dr. Ray Dorsey, and he did a lot of studies. He was a neurologist, and he did a lot of studies at the Johns Hopkins University, and found that with 195 people with mild to moderate Parkinson's, after 6 months of doing Tai Chi, they're able to lean forward better, they're not falling backwards, and not stumbling anymore, and actually they did better than those who did exercise and resistance training, and this was published in the New England Journal of Medicine. And it also helped with pain, depression, and anxiety at the same time. So, wow, pretty amazing stuff. So there are a lot of things we can do. A study at Tufts University, School of Medicine in Boston, and with Dr. Wang, also showed that it helped with a lot of different things, especially our emotions, and helping with feeling more peace in our life, and especially with anxiety, depression, and pain, and that type of thing. And the results were impressive, and that was his own words. The results, imperative, actual looking at this with people, where the results were very impressive. And it's called intentional movement. Tai Chi is moving very slow, and intentional movement of any kind actually makes a huge difference. And a study was done at the Oregon Research Institute in Eugene, Oregon, showing that any kind of intentional movement like this, that's why this has been practiced for thousands of years in China and Japan and Asia in general. And, you know, they don't really have tremors in Asia, and for especially China and people who are in Japan and that type of thing, who practice Tai Chi, Qigong, and that type of thing. You don't see it whatsoever. So I think this is really, really, really important that a lot of people should really pick up this practice. It's so simple. Yeah, a lot of people are teaching classes for free. In fact, like it's said on the beach here, we have a man who is a good friend of mine, Jorge. He teaches a class on the beach every morning. And a lot of people will do that in your senior centers and different places. So look it up and see if you can find a Tai Chi teacher near you, or a Qigong teacher near you, or any other type of martial arts that will help you in general. There are a lot of different forms of intentional movement out there that will help. And I know for sure that will help in general. Also, massage is great for stress. You know, all this is related to stress. And we have so much stress these days that people don't know how to deal with it. And instead of being, you know, released, it goes inside and starts to make changes in our body. And so we need to change our thinking, first of all. You know, I don't want to look at the world this way anymore. You know, I don't. Sometimes people get, oh, I don't want to live here anymore. You know, sometimes there's not a way to get away from that place. Sometimes we have to change our thinking and go, oh, I can look at this place in a different way, or I can look at my life in a different way. I can look at, you know, my family in a different way. I can look at everything in a different way. And then when we start doing that, we start to have forgiveness for ourselves, forgiveness for everybody else, and we start to enjoy life. And that's really what life is all about. And it brings a smile to our face. Nothing's really changed in our life. Everything is still there, but we're forgiving ourselves. We're allowing ourselves to be happy in the moment right now. And this is talked about in all the spiritual texts. And this has really been going back for thousands and thousands of years, allowing ourselves to be. And this process of being is something that we lost completely. So allow yourself to be. Find somebody to teach you Qigong or Tai Chi, or get a massage, or allow yourself to be out in nature, allow yourself to be at this present time right now, not thinking about what you should do or shouldn't do or anything, but being in the moment. And things will be great, I guarantee it. And you don't have to sit a lot of times to do meditation. You can have moving meditation. So if you're one of these people who has a hard time sitting down, you know, do a moving meditation. It does a great job. So enjoy your weekend, and remember, I'm always here for you. My phone number is 831-869-9119, 831-869-9119. My email, especially if you're outside the United States, is drpaulhaider@gmail.com. That's drpaulhaider@gmail.com. That's drpaulhaider@gmail.com. And my Skype address is drpaulhaider also. You can send me an invite and we can talk that way too. Also, you can text me. You can go to my Facebook page under Dr. Paul Haider, and you can become a person who's part of Facebook, and you can message me there also. And all my work is no charge, but I also do appreciate your giving of donation. That really keeps my research going so that I can help as many people as possible. You know, there are thousands upon thousands of ways of healing, and I want to share as many as possible with you, but I need to have your help in order to do that. And also, allow yourself to watch those little videos, you know, those little ads, that it brings a couple cents in our direction. Not a lot, but a little bit. And also, feel free to subscribe and tell others. We're over 30,000 now. Wow, great, great. And we want to get more people. We're moving towards 100,000 subscribers. And please tell other people and share about what I do. And like I said, my work is no charge, and I want to help you any way, shape, or form I can. So feel free to have a connection with me in some way. So have a wonderful day, and please go to my website also at paulhaider.com. That's www.paulhaider.com. And you'll find my diet up there too. That's important, right beside testimonial. And together with Tai Chi, Qigong, and a great diet like that, boy, you're gonna be great. Have a great day. But the most important thing of all is, I love you.